Greetings, friends. It's Friday afternoon, July 10. I'm preparing this short little video for you to give you an update on some developments. Prior to my going away on vacation, everything seemed a go, and we were planning and preparing and excited about trying an in-person outdoor worship experience on Sunday morning, July 19th at 9:30 a.m. And I was hoping to continue to move forward on that. But as I returned from my time away and looking at the numbers in states all around, and with now New Jersey having a travel advisory issued for 20 states, including Delaware, our neighbor, and considering the fact that New Jersey's rate of transmission rate has gone above 1.0, and it was below, which was good, and with more and more places beginning the reopening phase, the Congregation Council has decided that it is in the best interest and safety of our congregation not to hold the outdoor worship service on the 19th. One of the key things that we always need to look at, and this year we're in the book of Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew is kind of moved through the whole book, and we haven't come to it yet, but near the end, in chapter 5, where it talks about, in the end we'll be asked, did we give a cup of cold water? Did we feed somebody that was hungry? Did we clothe people that were naked? And so on and forth. And it doesn't say this directly, but it implies this. Did we protect one another? Did we care for one another in love? And specifically, the least of these, the text mentions, and Jesus mentions this many times. And so as we consider gathering for worship in person, we must always consider, is it safe for the least of these, those who have any kind of compromised health in any way? Would it be a risk to them to gather, even if we took a preponderance of precaution? And the council determined that it would be a risk. And even if we're not sure it's a risk, the answer would be then for sure that we need to just pause a little longer. So with that being said, I give the sad news that we will not be gathering for in-person worship on the 19th outdoors. We will continue to do our online worship that we're doing with sermons on Friday and the stuff that's emailed. We've also begun this week sending out packets to people who do not have a connection to the internet and providing a greater type of worship for them to do at home. And there's more in the works for later, because it's likely this will be a thing for a bit. So also, something else that's in the works is for some of our folks who are not connected to the internet, either because they don't have a device or don't have a connection, we have a group of people who are working on making that possible for short term for some of our members, so that they can stay connected and get connected with us more digitally, those that choose and those that would like to. We would really like to have that happen. Also, we're ramping up a little bit more of our connection of how we're connecting with people throughout the summer, and kind of coming up with a different strategy with that. So I'm sorry to say about that. I will finally say that their council was divided about the in-person gathering. They're calling a coffee hour. It's really just a kind of an informal, masked, outdoor, physically distanced event for people to connect a little bit and talk to one another. And so there was one scheduled for this Saturday, tomorrow, at 9:30 a.m. On the 11th. And so the council was divided, and so we will have that event because it is a much smaller potential group of folks. Again, it's people can come if they want or not. It's not like worship where, worship is, people feel moved and want to really be there. This is, and we want to make sure that happens, but we need to make sure that happens in a safe way. So it may seem a little conflicting, but considering they considered a variety of circumstances, that they will hold the in-person coffee hour tomorrow at 9:30. And partly also it's a shorter event, whereas worship is a longer event, and we know that the longer events are the issue with regard to transmission of the virus. So some of you will be relieved and happy to hear about this. Some of you will be disappointed. Some of you will be confused. Some may even be upset. And I understand that. All of those emotions that you may have. Feel free to reach out to council people if you'd like to share your support or concerns, whatever you may have with them. But ultimately, continue to pray. Pray for our neighbors, pray for yourselves. And this, again and again, it just keeps reminding me of necessity is the mother of all invention. And it is in times when we are put up against new stressors that new things are created, new and potentially wonderful things. So we're looking at varieties of ways that we can allow God's spirit of creativity to flow through us during this time. So thank you so much. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you in the Zoom rooms this weekend. Peace and all that is good to you.